Watch this. I just searched every file in this project for a word, instantly, across the whole folder. No setup, no flags. This is ripgrep, and once you've used it, plain grep feels like it's stuck in slow motion. Let's find out why it's so fast, and get it installed. Welcome back to Little Helpers. Episode 4, ripgrep, or RG for short. If LSD and BAT upgraded how you look at files, RG upgrades how you search through them. This one might be the biggest time saver in the whole series so far, and by the end of this you'll have it running yourself. Here's a classic grep search across a project folder. It works, but by default it's not even recursive. You need extra flags for that. Plus more flags to skip folders like node_modules. Plus more flags again if you want case-insensitive matching. And after all that, the output is still just plain text with no highlighting, no context, nothing to help you scan the results quickly. It adds up fast. Ripgrep, or RG, is a modern search tool written in Rust. It searches recursively by default, automatically skips files ignored by JIT, highlights matches in color, and adds smart defaults for things like case sensitivity, so you get better results with less typing. And under the hood, it's built for speed, multi-threaded, and smart about which files it even bothers to open in the first place. Installing RG takes one line. On Ubuntu or Debian, sudo apt install ripgrep. On Fedora, sudo dnf install ripgrep. On Arch, it's in the repos with pacman. On macOS, brew install ripgrep. And with Rust installed, cargo install ripgrep. Works anywhere. One thing to note, the package is called ripgrep, but the actual command you type is just RG, short and easy to remember once you know it. Instead of grep or pattern, you just type RG, pattern. That's it. Recursive by default, colored matches, and file names and line numbers included automatically. No flags to remember, no folder to specify, no dot at the end. You just search. Quick word from me before we continue. If you like this kind of practical, no-nonsense tip, I actually wrote a full beginner's guide to the Linux terminal, from basic to advanced commands, with clear explanations, real examples, and exercises. Link and details are in the description if you want to check it out. Every match is highlighted, and RG automatically shows you the file name and line number it came from. No extra flags needed, unlike plain grep. When you're scanning through dozens of results across a big project, that color and structure is the difference between finding what you need in seconds versus squinting at a wall of text. Here's the one that really saves time. RG automatically skips anything your project already ignores. Node_modules, build folders, .git, all without you configuring a thing. It just reads your existing gitignore file. That means searches stay fast, and just as importantly, the results stay relevant. You're not wading through matches inside a dependency folder you don't even own or care about. RG is smart about case by default. Search in all lowercase, like Toto, and it matches any case, Toto, 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 all of it. But the moment you type even one uppercase letter, it switches to an exact, case-sensitive match automatically. You can also force it either way with I for always case-insensitive, or S for always case-sensitive, if you want full control. Sometimes a single matching line isn't enough. You need to see what's around it to understand it. RGC2 shows 2 lines of context before and after every match. Want only the lines after E, only before B. It saves you from having to open the file just to understand what a match actually means. Want to search only Python files? RGTPy, pattern. Only Markdown, RGG, *MD, pattern. You can narrow a search down to exactly the files you care about in seconds, without digging through everything else in a large, mixed language project. And here's why people actually switch. On a large code base, tens of thousands of files, grep can take several seconds to finish a single search. RG often finishes the same search in a fraction of a second. That's not a small tweak. That's a completely different feeling. Search stops being something you wait for, and starts being something instant enough to just try things with, over and over, without losing your train of thought. A few more flags worth knowing. RGL shows just the file names that contain a match. Not every line. Great for a quick overview of how widespread something is. RGC counts how many matches are in each file. And RGV flips it around, showing you every line that does not match. Handy for filtering things out when you're cleaning up a file. You can set default flags in a config file, so you don't have to retype your favorite options every time. Save them in a file, then point RG at it with the ripgrep_config_path, environment variable. Things like smart case or hidden file search can just be on by default, everywhere you use RG, on every project. That's ripgrep, probably the single biggest time saver in this series so far. Try it out, and let me know in the comments what you think, or what you'd use it for first. Subscribe for the next little helper, and if you want a proper guide to the Linux terminal, my book's linked below. See you next time.